Alright. Anyways, we got 2 trailers for Silver Palace, right? We got the trailer Golden Age of Destruction and the gameplay showcase. Alright, let's look at the this one first. Element A Silver Studio. Never heard of these guys before.
We have a big case on our hands. Dozens are dead.
Alright.
Burned to ashes. You may be the best detective.
Okay,
Pennsylvania isn't the best city there is.
British voice actors?
The
Okay.
city is like liquid silver. Always changing.
Look at the fur tech, yeah. They're really going after the fidelity stuff there, which is fine. Right? I just really wonder how it's gonna actually run on these devices. Because, like, what? This is just in-engine footage, not in-game footage? We'll see.
What is true might not always stay true. Sin and evil stalk the city like a stubborn shadow.
Okay. So you have things like hiding around, disguised as NPCs and stuff? Okay. So I'm gonna guess this is like the combat stuff they're gonna show a little bit of? I mean, that camera looks very claustrophobic, man. We'll see. It's like just too,
I need an assistant.
close up.
I'm Alf. I'm here for the interview.
Okay, so she can shoot them?
You shall become my knight in her stead.
Look who it is! You're not welcome in Sulfurnia!
Do not talk to the detective with that tone.
Oh, what are you gonna do?
Okay.
Besides fire, there's another way to turn the skin black. You know what it is, but it's just too peculiar.
Yeah, it's only zooming in, yeah. Okay. But yeah, we basically got like this like Victorian era aesthetic thing going on. Slight steampunk vibes, maybe.
This is the night.
Okay.
Everything ends! Admit it!
You don't know what it takes to be the bad guy.
So they have flying mounts, I guess? I'm assuming that's a flying mount. Okay. I wonder how much of the combat actually has real movement in it, and how much is it gonna be where it's just like the animation is your movement, and like you can just let go of directional input when attacking, and like you'll get the same result either way. Because like so far, the only 2 gotchas that I've played with like actual combat stuff in them where that wasn't the case are the only ones that were shooters. Where you actually got to move independently from your attack animations. Yeah, snapping the neck off the harpy, yeah, they did that earlier, yep.
Fairy
We'll
tales
see.
mean something else to us. I already knew none of us could escape fate. Unless you are the author.
Okay.
I'm no longer a detective. So why are you still so excited?
Alright, let's see the other part then. Silver Palace gameplay showcase. Okay. I really hope this camera FOV isn't this narrow and you can like actually pull it back and have it wider. Because damn, this is like really zoomed in. Right, hopefully like you don't have to play it like super zoomed in like this. Because I feel like it get really annoying long term. But hey, that's like one way you can trick things and trick people into thinking things are faster. By zooming in so closely. It can give the impression or the effect of the thing appearing faster than it is. And doing the reverse makes things look slower.
幸好这里的租金不贵，不然搬起家来又是一笔开销。
Exiting the elevator, got it. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, so they got like a cool little tram there. Okay. So they have a lift over there, but then they have trams on the ground. Interesting. Not sure why they would need both. Right? It's kind of like weird, where it's like, okay, on the ground you have the trams, but then up in there you have like a skylift rail system going on, but you have a thing on the ground. What's the purpose of having both? Kind of interesting design there. Right, it's kind of weird though. It's like, what's the purpose though of having the things up there if you have it on the ground too? Right? Like the cable cars. Right, like there's a tram right there and the cable car is right above it.
事务所之前闲置了一段时间，却没有租给其他人。看来这也并不是黄金地段嘛。
But yeah, it does look nice. I'll give it that. Okay, so she has a gun. Alright, we have another character here. Sure. And then another one. There we go, we got a dude over here. Alright. You can't find it? It's on their YouTube channel. What, is the IGN one different? This one's on their YouTube channel. Carol click. Uh-huh. Sure. Can you ride the tram, I guess? I'm gonna guess, maybe? Maybe you can ride the tram?
社会是
I
个
don't
混沌
know.
系统，将毫不关联的碎片串联在一起的，是逻辑，亦或是狂想和阴谋。
So you have you got this this reminds me of like the Celestial Steed Mount in WoW or something. You got this horse, celestial horse type thing. So like you have a menu with a bunch of horses that you can get, I guess. Sure. Paid horse skins probably. Right? They're probably paid horse skins, I'm guessing. They have stats. For some reason, the horses have stats. I wonder what the stats are about. Oh, okay. And you even the horseshoe has stats. I don't know, man.
靠你了，小马，快点跑吧。
Okay. So you can do that. you can slide around on the horse like that, I guess. Sure. Drifting horse, yeah. Okay, I guess you can scan NPCs or something to see if they're a monster or
逮
something,
到你了，
and then you attack them when they transform.
速战速决。
Sure. So you have a skill button, a shoot button, and then a dodge. Right, so you have a basic attack, you have a skill button, and then you have a gun button to shoot. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 to swap characters over here. But can you actually aim and shoot it like you're actually aiming, or what? Yeah, it's just the classic 2-button gameplay. You have like a parry type thing with that plays a cutscene, but like, yeah.
颠覆一切。
The camera being zoomed in like that feels like it's gonna be really annoying.
所谓死无对证，
Especially if the camera just keeps doing this thing and not letting you focus on your target. That feels like it's gonna be really annoying long term. Okay, I'm gonna guess this is like a bounty list that you gotta find a target and kill them. I'm assuming. I don't know. I can't read this. Yeah, the map is a bit not the map. The camera's a bit disorienting when it's like that. Daily chores, yeah, probably. Yeah, you can jump off the horse, I guess. And you can grapple onto these zip lines. Sure. Now, one of the things I'm curious on is, will these just be for show? Or will they actually build and design the game around the stuff you can do? Because, like, it's one thing to, like, put all these things in here for show, and another to actually build and design around whatever they put in. And, like, there's a huge difference between doing so. Between, like, actually building and designing the environments and the gameplay around the tools you're given, and just giving you the tools. Right? Yeah, empty city, where's the people? I mean, it's not even just that, right? This just looks like it's like you just grab it and you just ride it across. Is there more to this, or you're just gonna be riding the zipline across? Because, like, so far, this is, like, kinda whatever. If it's just, oh, there's a zipline here, you ride it across. Right? Hopefully they'll do more with it than just being a thing there for show. And it's like, at that point, it's like, why not just link the thing there that you're ziplining to together? Or I guess that was just a grapple spot, I guess. So it looks like there's just predetermined grapple points. You can't freely use the grapple. Right? That looks like it's just, there are fixed spots that you can grapple to. Okay, you can pick up the cat for some reason. Okay then. Right, you can jump, and I guess your horse can fly.
俯瞰城
I
市，
mean, they have to be careful though, like when you're designing stuff like this. Right, when you have like flying mounts and whatever. Because, like, if it ends up just being a tool for you to skip over everything faster, it's kind of just like, whatever, why not just let people teleport to where they need to go faster instead?
是全景，有
Like, hopefully they'll actually design something around you actually flying on these things, rather than just have it just being a thing that's there.
哪个角落还有我没注意到的细节？
But like, so far it's just like, yeah, you can fly around over top the city on your horse, I guess. Like, that's cool and all, but you know. They better not add teleport points. I mean, they better also put something in the sky, man. You know what? They should, like, put something up in the air. Maybe they can have, like, gargoyle statues or, like, flying around that can attack you and stuff in the air. Put, like, stuff in the air, too. Otherwise, you're just gonna use this to fly over everything. And just go from point A to point B in a straight line. Like, actually put stuff in the air. Instead of it just being like, yeah, you can fly over everything. Yeah, they're gonna need to, like, actually put stuff to do in here. Because, like, so far, we're, like, 6 minutes in. All we've seen is there's a little bit of combat. You can ride a horse. The horse has drifting mechanics for some reason. Not sure why, but okay. And the horse can fly. But, like, there's, like, not really anything else outside of that.
又要在晚上查案了。
Yeah, I don't know. Right, I don't know why they haven't switched. Wait, what does this even say? You know what, let's just get an OCR. What does this even say? A residential building barber shop. Okay, you can buy a barber shop? What? Sure, you can apparently buy this building. Okay, they bought this building that has a barber shop. That's what it looks like. Alright, so you can have this stuff here. So you can buy buildings. But they didn't go into the building they bought. They went into this other building. Right? Wait. Right? Like, look. They were scanning that building here, right? This one. Right? They bought it. Oh, I guess there's a construction time or something there? Right? But they don't go there, they go here. They bought a hideout, maybe. Is this some story stuff or like... Or what? Just talking to an NPC, I guess? Okay. And then they leave? Sure. You can squeeze between alleyways, I guess. And then you can crouch. You can also attack people from behind. Got it. Okay. And then you just drug them. Okay. They drugged someone. Got it. Okay. But yeah, like, if it's just gonna be this close up... Oh, they swapped character. Yeah, it looks like the movement is tied entirely to the attack animation. And not independent. So, like, once again, it's not gonna have, these things are not gonna have any inertia or momentum in the combat. But they have a parry, I guess. Okay. Yeah, and Nan totally had the CGI trailer.
已经付出了高昂的代价，
Alright.
现在该你了，侦探。
They're shooting this carriage.
受够背叛了！呀，哈！
Okay, now they're fighting this boss.
不可细看的，还有余力想别的事，重新见招！
Yeah. I really do wish the camera was a lot further back and not like this low of an FOV. Right? I also wonder, are they actually gonna be able to aim and shoot, or is it just gonna lock onto the thing? But also, like, again, kind of wish wider FOV and like a bit more zoomed out. Here.
给我求饶！
And they have like QTs, I guess. There. Okay. So that's what we got there. And it's like they gave us this almost 11-minute trailer, right? But at the same time, it feels like I saw nothing. I don't know. There was like that shop I think they bought, or something that they bought, it looks like. But they didn't show anything else other than they bought something. I don't know what they did with this thing, but then... Other than that, it's like... I don't know. Like, it does look nice. Don't get me wrong. But, like, outside of just giving us this Victorian aesthetic, right? And it looking nice, it feels like there's nothing at the same time. Right, like, it feels like they put so much, they showed so much, but so little at the same time. Like, it looks like a lot, but then it's really like, nah, they didn't show much. I don't know. The camera, though. Not a fan of the camera. Right, like, I'm not really a big fan of the camera there. Like, it feels like it'll just be really annoying long term.
弱点，一击制胜。
Yeah, the other issue with open world games, they're needlessly open world. Exactly. They kind of feel like very needless. Like they're, I'm very skeptical because like, right, you know, the open worlds we've got so far, it feels like they're just lacking in stuff like level design and everything. It's like they have an open world, they tick the marketing checkbox, but then there's like not much else. And I'm also worried they're just gonna end up falling into the same trap where the reality is all your content is just fighting your HP sponge, be it a bunch of trash mobs or a boss, in yet another stupid circle with a timer. And like, one of the things too, it's like, it's kind of just very disappointing where it's like, if they show off like any movement stuff, right, and you're playing the game, but like, none of that movement stuff is incorporated into the gameplay. It's just there that because you can have it and nothing else. Right? Because like here, it's just like once you're locked onto the target, you just go spam your attack button, whether it's left click or whatever. You tap that thing. You can use your shooting button, I guess, and then use your skill when it's available, and then swap to the next character. Like basically every other one of these action combat gotchas. They don't really, they all play the same. Some of them have an open world, some of them don't, and will just give you a much faster and quicker to access menu interface. Or like lobby screen for everything. So like, we'll see, but like, you know, if you're gonna put an actual open world and stuff in there, please actually make use of it and actually do something with it. And don't just be like, we put a bunch of random one-time loot chests here and there, and we added mint picking and we're forcing you to pick mint. Right? Don't do what fucking Genshin or WoW does. Right? Like, I've said it before, like, I'm tired of the fucking Genshin clone thing. Right? It's like, it's part of why I don't really like, calling things or wanting, why I wouldn't want a Genshin killer, because reality is, I don't want to play Genshin anymore. I definitely don't want to play another clone of it, right? Right? It's like, if I don't want to play Genshin, why would I want to play a clone of it? Right? And the other thing too, right? Because they have this stuff in, one of the other things they're gonna have to be careful of is, this. So, like, we're getting back to the point where gotchas are coming out again, where, they don't have this, like, RNG gear bullshit outside of if the item drops or not, right? NTE, not Azure Primalia, Arknight's Enfield, and Duet Knight Abyss have all confirmed that, like, the gear, with gearing and stuff like that, when the item drops, you're done, right? You have the thing there, you don't have to deal with, like, 69 more layers of, like, bullshit, where you're looking at, like, 1 in like 320 plus million chance of like actually min-maxing. Unlike a certain Genshin clone out there that does it. Right? And like, I don't really care about the bullshit how you can infinitely farm these trash mobs in your world or whatever. As if that just solves the issue of it being literally like, what? How many times harder than winning the lottery if you bought a lottery ticket every time you got an item? Right? It's like what? Like 50 plus times harder? Like, theoretically, if you were to get like a lottery ticket every single time. It's like just ridiculous with this stuff. But yeah, there's like that aspect to it too. I mean, hey, they got the cool Victorian era aesthetic stuff, so that's nice. But like, I better hope there's actually more to it than just this. Because otherwise, it's just kind of like, eh. It looks nice, but I mean, I'll give it a try if I can. I just don't see anything else here to really, really, get me interested outside of at least checking it out. Right, maybe, you know, these, right, because I've never heard of this, the studio for this before. What were they called again? What was the studio called? Element A Silver Studio. Right. Don't know much about these guys. All depends on how W player friendly it is. Oh boy. I mean, we'll see, right? But yeah, like, the gameplay wise, it'd be nice if they actually, like, had the combat and attack stuff separate from movement, and you can actually move around and attack things. Honestly, it'd be nice if they had an option in these games where they give you the option to completely remove any type of auto-targeting and lock-on, and have it so you actually have to do things manually. Like, if you want to attack something in a specific spot, you actually have to be in the correct position to attack them. It'd be nice if they built stuff around that and made it so, like, if you're using a directional input, you can attack, and if you're moving in the opposite direction, you can still attack while still moving in the opposite direction. It'd be nice if they could do that, right? Like, actually have, like, actual inertia and momentum and stuff like that in the gameplay and the combat, because here it just doesn't look like that, right? It just looks like everything is, like, fixed in place, right? While it looks nice, for me personally, like, I don't care too much if these games are, like, all too polished. Heck, if the game is good enough, right? It doesn't even matter to me if there's issues with translation and I have to use a fucking tool like Mort to translate the game for me, right? If I have to, like, you know, like, do that. If I have to run, like, 2 different clients and swap between different versions because of fan-made patches to fix weird bugs in a broken PC port, right? If the game is good enough, I'll be willing to deal with those and tolerate those things, even if it, like, crashes, like, every, like, 20 minutes. Heck, if it's good enough and I still have to deal with that, hey, I might even 100% clear the game, right? I actually did deal with a game where I had to do that, like, a year ago, right? You guys remember when we played the broken CLE port of East 10, the Chinese one, because I wanted to play through it before before it got localized. And, like, yeah, that playthrough was it was a mess, but, like, I was willing to tolerate it because the game was actually that good. But yeah. With this, though, it's like, with these things, I mean, visually, it looks great. But, like, I'm just looking at graphics rather than the game as an art. Right? If you're looking at the game as an art, right? It's like, right now, it feels like they're showing me the graphics of a game, but not the art of a game. Alright. So, like, I don't know. And again, like, I don't know the track record of these developers or what I'm seeing here, right? So, I can't really go off of more than that. There's not, like, really any history I've heard of or whatever as well that I can tie it back to and look at. Yeah, one weird thing Mr. Kick noticed is what when the character was flying on a horse was very weird moves, moving fast speed, the buildings and stuff loaded, even from a distance, normally stuff from a distance, last to appear. Yeah, I mean, it depends, right? Because sometimes you can have things set up to load larger chunks. That said, if you're gonna have your game load larger chunks further away, that's going to be significantly more taxing on the resources of whoever's playing the game. So whether or not that will translate to mobile platforms, or how that will translate to the range of machines people are using, that's a different story there. Right, we'll see. I mean, this is their website here. We can click to continue. Okay. There's a pre-register button here. News. I'm gonna guess this website just went live yesterday, so there's not much here yet. Right? That's it. That's all on their website. They got these characters, the detective, I'm assuming this is the main character. Female main character, male main character, the detective. Protagonist's work. The detective is rational, reliable, clear-minded, efficient. Okay. Sure. We have this character here, Alf. Who is made 49. Okay. And then we have this dude, Argos. Those are the 4 characters that they're showing here. 3 actually. Because it's just a male and female main character here. But yeah. I feel like I need to see a lot more before I can really make a judgment on the whole thing. Especially because, like, this small vertical slice, while it showed some of the basics of the stuff that can be done in the game, I still have no idea if the game will actually properly make use of the tools that are present, and if it will actually be a part of the gameplay. Because otherwise, if it just ends up being something that's there for show, it's just gonna make it a lot less interesting. Right. We'll have to wait and see. I'm still at least interested to try it, at least. I'll try it. If I can give it a shot, I'll at least give it a try. I don't know how I found this channel pretty easily, but someone linked it on my Discord. But yeah. Please don't change anything. I've just seen I will be playing. I mean, I'd like to see more of the stuff in there. We'll see. Right? Visual design, it looks great. Don't get me wrong. But that's still all I see here. I don't really see much more than that, unfortunately. The camera sucks. Yeah, change the camera. Or at least give people options. Right? And for people, like, not playing on mobile, give them the option to remove auto-targeting and stuff. And lock on and give, like, a manual mode. Because, like, that's one of the other things that annoys me when I play, like, the PC versions of these games. The auto log on or auto targeting stuff in them, they all suck. And they're all just really annoying to deal with. Right? Like, it just ends up feeling like I'm fighting the game and not playing the game. Right? Because I'm, like, fighting against all the stuff in there instead of, like, the actual stuff in the game. I'm fighting the interface or the control of the game. Might as well turn it into a turn-based game with how the camera works. Like, I get why they're doing this, because, like, it tricks people into thinking it's a lot cooler or flashier feeling than it is. Right? And it's like, yeah, I grew up playing games all my life and not just crappy mobile ones. So, like, this stuff does not impress me in the least. Right? It's just like, okay, cool, you can have this effect. But, you know, I'd much rather be able to actually see what I'm doing in the game rather than this. Right? Like, there's a time and place for everything. And sometimes, yeah, that kind of camera can work nicely. But then there's also a time and place to not do that. And for, like, a 3D action game, generally speaking, it's a lot better to not have to deal with that. I feel like with some of these gotchas as well, some of the difficulty in there is artificially created because you can't see what the fuck is going on because of the terrible camera. The cameras in these games. At least that's like what it feels like to me when I've played some of them. It's just like I can't keep track of what I'm trying to keep track of on the screen because the camera just wants to fly south for the winter or something. Right? And, like, yeah, for me personally, I don't really care for parrying stuff. Especially, like, because this is gonna be a live service game as well. And, like, one of the things that you gotta be careful of, with these types of mechanics in a live service game is just the extra latency impact of everything. Because regardless, the game is going to be run on the server side, not client side. So whatever your inputs are, you know, you might have to predict your parry ahead of time before it matches whatever you see on the screen. Even more so if you live in some other regions and stuff like that. It ends up like being kind of annoying. It's fine if it's like a game you run on your device locally, but whenever like you adding extra latency from like network bandwidth or like streaming if you're playing on cloud or whatever, it does take away from that all and make it a lot more of a hassle to deal with rather than something interesting that's there. Yeah, like the camera just doesn't give the freedom, yeah. It's just like too locked on and too focused. Which again, like, I get it, it looks nice. But there's a difference between looking nice and having to actually play it. Well, like, again, like for a turn-based game, that type of action camera, where it's like, it's very like stylized and focused on whatever animation is going on is fine, because your only thing you're doing, right, is your gameplay is more so on just inputting your commands for your turn, and then maybe reacting to a QTE pop up here and there, right? With Expedition 33, right? Yeah, the QTE stuff that'll pop up, which is cool, but like you're just basically waiting to press a button that's flashing or something, I assume. I haven't played it myself. I haven't had the time to, but yeah. But like for this, it's just like, it's just making it really hard to see what's going on. So hopefully they give you like an option to go around it. Yeah, it's an action game with no movement keys when in combat. Well, I mean, it's not an action game, it's a turn-based game. Right, it's like calling Paper Mario an action game. Like, what? Right, because Paper Mario also has, that type of stuff when you use your abilities, during your turn, right? Like, you might as well call Paper Mario an action game too, then. If Expedition 33 is an action game, then so is Paper Mario. By that logic. But yeah, I do wonder though, like, how annoying these, like, these constant cutscenes will be. And like how frequently you'll have to, you'll deal with them. Because like the thing is, when you fight these things and have to deal with these cutscenes, it's cool like the first 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 times. But if you have to do it over and over and over again, it's going to get really old and annoying and tedious to deal with real fast. Right? Right, because like it feels like with this part, a decent chunk of what was going on with this fight over here was just QTE stuff. And just waiting for the animation. Right? Like you consider that, like, since when they started fighting, right? That was like, what, 20, 30 seconds out of the 1 minute they were showing that fight? Well, it was just all cutscene and that's it. Oh yeah, and then like one more thing too, right? Will they support Proton compatibility layers and stuff? Maybe Windows on ARM for people playing the PC version as well. Stuff like that. Like how will their anti-cheat stuff work? It's especially good to know because things like what? Some of these games, at least, there's a few of them that will actually work under Linux. Right? Like, technically, you can install and go play, all of the Hoyo games will work on the Steam Deck and on Linux. Performance may vary, but they'll definitely work. You can play, like, Snowbreak as well on Linux as well. And you can play TOF on Linux. But then at the same other end of the spectrum, right? Wuwa, Infinity Nikki and stuff do not work at all. Like, they're completely unplayable. And that's because the anti-cheat that they use there isn't compatible. But the anti-cheat on the other games I mentioned is compatible. It will work under the Proton compatibility layer. And that thing is important too because there's rumors where like you have Nvidia coming out with their new desktop CPUs and stuff like that are gonna be, and mobile chips as well. So like people might potentially buy a gaming laptop or something, or a laptop with an Nvidia CPU and graphics, and it's gonna be running ARM, and being able to like, you know, play the game and have it actually work would kind of be important, right? Because if their stuff doesn't really work with compatibility layers, it's just not gonna be playable at all. Like that's the thing to consider. You have like some of these handheld PCs as well, right? Outside of the Steam Deck, we already know that Lenovo they're releasing the Legion Go with an option to have it be a little bit cheaper and run SteamOS instead of Windows. Like that's the thing too, right? And we might see even more down the road. I know, like in China, like there's like a ton of different companies spitting out their own handheld PCs. Literally every time you sneeze, one of these Chinese companies, they just announced a new model or SKU of like another PC handheld, and they'll release information on it before they even get their previous announcement out the door, for people to actually buy and get in their hands, because they're like really crazy over like making these things, which is kind of cool for like playing games portably, right? But yeah, still quite skeptical on Silver Palace, but interested on giving it a shot if I can, right?